Buddy, welcome back for round number 4. Here we got Creighton versus Nick. A little bit of mono black running it back here after getting swiftly annihilated in spectacular fashion in round number 3.
By nothing other than extreme variance.
You know, you can't beat it every time. He's playing against Nick on Izzet Phoenix matchup. I think this one will be pretty interesting, actually. So
yeah, again, the discard's hot in this matchup, but also the removal will be live.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like we got a turn 1. Is this a Thoughtseize?
No idea. I think he tapped his swamp and said the word and didn't cast it.
What?
I don't see it anywhere.
What am I
I
missing?
don't even see his deck.
It must just be off camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's off screen.
Yeah, hopefully we can have production.
It's a
Yeah, hopefully we can have production put that back on camera. The graveyard pretty relevant here. Would like to be able to see it.
Anyway, the Young Pyromancer is taken. Nick goes to his turn 2. He's on the play.
All right. So we've got just a nice tap land. Pass the turn back. Here's a swamp. From Creighton, he's going to go ahead and tap 3 lands. Here's a Stonecoil Serpent.
Ooh.
That one looks really good in this matchup. Holy crap.
It really does.
That's definitely not a normal include in the mono black deck, but it looks pretty good against Phoenix.
Creighton also plays that in mono green. I think he just really likes the card.
I mean, I like the card, so it's pretty hot tech. You know, if you're expecting to play against some spirits and whatnot, card seems pretty powerful. So can't say that I hate it. And well, Nick's kind of just hanging out, doing a whole lot of not much currently.
Yeah,
so this 3/3 Stonecoil Serpent, yeah, it's probably gonna do quite a bit of work. So Stonecoil Serpent sending into the red zone here. That'll put Nick.
Mayhem Devil.
It's a Spawn of Mayhem. Yeah, Spawn of Mayhem.
These things are big.
Yeah, they're very big. We'll see if Nick has any answers to these type of threats.
Izzet Charm?
Yeah, Izzet Charm Shock.
Fiery Temper.
Well, Izzet Charm plus Shock will also
true.
be able to take down a Spawn of Mayhem. But I think I like Izzet Charm Loot more, so.
Okay, there's Pyromancer.
Young Pyromancer, definitely a powerful card here. He's going to have to discard 2. We'll see what he likes to discard. Looks like it's probably just going to be land and a second copy of Izzet Charm here are the discards, and then he'll untap.
Draw. I don't know what that was. It was red.
Yeah, it's certainly red.
It's a lightning.
Lightning axe. Okay, excellent. That one's pretty good. Going to be able to take down the Spawn of Mayhem.
It sucks that he's just 2-4ing himself.
Yeah, it's really not great in that world. We've got Mountain getting played here, and he's just going to go ahead and Lightning Axe, discarding this Shock, it appears. So Spawn of Mayhem will go down. Doesn't want to take the 1 point of damage here, does Nick. So he's just going to go ahead and make himself a nice little 1/1 token in the process.
So Creighton here, after playing 2 back-to-back nice threats. Ooh, following up with this Collector Brutality.
It's Grasp of Darkness.
It's Grasp of Darkness.
Yeah. It's going to go ahead and opt in response, however. Generate a token in the meantime, so definitely nice timing. Of course, the Young Pyromancer will die. Here's an attack for 3 from Creighton. Nick will get punched while he's at it.
I think it's Trample, right?
It does.
Unnecessary.
Protection from multicolored. It's got all the words you want. So
doesn't have Vigilance.
It's true. Another Young Pyromancer off the top here for Nick. Sets him up for a pretty powerful turn of Young Pyromancer plus Treasure Cruise this turn. It looks like he's just going to start by firing off the Treasure Cruise. So missing a theoretical 1/1, but also he's going to have access to the mana when he draws the 3 cards. So definitely debatable here.
Yeah. It's probably not even in percentage points whether this matters. It's just a different line. I guess he wants to draw and put some Phoenixes into play.
Yeah, you could easily, draw a Charter Course and put a Phoenix into play. So definitely pretty reasonable. The Phoenix will go into the bin, and then we're just going to have to toss a Shock at you. Yeah, Shock you. Now we've all of a sudden got an attack for 5 lined up here.
Yeah, Creighton taking 7, going down to 11 this turn.
Yeah, I mean...
never mind. The Elementals are not attacking.
I don't love that.
Yeah, I think those Elementals were
winning
some free real estate damage.
Yeah, we're winning the race right now. I'm pretty happy to send in the race. I mean, it's just a 3/3 with Trample. I don't want to block it with a 1/1.
If we wouldn't block it, we wouldn't have sent in the
Arclight Phoenix. Yeah, I'm not super happy with this one. So here's the attack for 3. Knight of the Ebon Legion being cast by Creighton.
And to answer your question, this format is Pioneer.
Ah, yes, I didn't even see that. So we'll see how Creighton wants to follow it up. Looks like attack 4-3. And yeah, sure enough, Nick just takes it. Yeah, I really don't like not attacking. If we're not attacking and we aren't blocking, and boy, does blocking look bad, I really just want to be attacking.
Yeah.
And now our attacks don't look good, so like now I get not attacking, but earlier I don't,
But this is pretty nice. We get to go land, Pyromancer, Shock, get in with those elementals.
Yeah, seems pretty good. So thankfully Creighton does not have the 3 mana to be able to activate his Knight of the Ebon Legion. He's going to respond by Grasp of Darknessing the young Pyromancer.
All right.
Nick will still get the elemental, but it looks like that is going to be the only one he'll be able to make this turn.
I think that's true anyway. His hands are 2 lands.
Yeah, his hands 2 lands, unfortunately. So
he's
basically going to need to get there with
the
those
elementals.
Yeah,
Sad.
Learned his lesson from last turn. Attack 4-5 here. Creighton down to 8.
So Nick is in the driver's seat of this race.
Certainly.
But Creighton's hand isn't just lands.
No, it's quite good, actually.
That has lifelink.
Yeah, he's got a Murderous Rider, so that's going to just safely gum up the ground here. The Stonecoil Serpent can always hang back and block the Arclight Phoenix if it wants to.
Reach.
It does have reach. You might forget about that one, because why does it have reach? But it does.
It does.
It definitely has reach, so one of the many keywords on that card that don't make sense. And if Creighton ever draws a land, he's even got a Cavalier of Night in his hand. I believe that is. So.
All right. Well, there's 3rd land off the top for Nick. He's
not what you wanted to see. Yeah. He's basically only got 1 attack here, and it's with the Arclight Phoenix.
Which is still fine. We still take these.
Yep.
Also, our board lines up pretty... Oh, he's got another Grasp. So he's Cavalier Grasp of Darkness. We're the land.
We're set up to get blown out by Grasp of Darkness here when we try to line up a triple block on this Murderous Rider.
Oh,
looks like
mind.
Creighton's just gonna
this Cavalier.
Jam this pre-combat though. Just
all right.
No sack.
Attack. Here's his 4/5 with lifelink. Beat it.
Yeah, he's offering up the trade here, the 2/3 for 2 of the 1/1s, and I mean I think Nick should just take it, right?
Yeah, it doesn't look like
it doesn't look like our 1/1s are gonna get any better than that, but looks like Nick probably just
no.
Yeah, he's taking the trade here. So Creighton's going to gain 2 life up to 7. Murderous Rider goes on the bottom of Creighton's library.
So we're still in a good spot if we draw Lava Axe, but it looks like we just drew land.
Brazen Borrower.
Oh, Brazen Borrower.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good one. That actually stops a lot of these shenanigans.
Yeah, so Brazen Borrower can return the Cavalier of Night.
That actually leaves our opponent dead. So we get to attack him down to 4. Oh, the Stonecoil Serpent.
Stonecoil Serpent has reach as well, so we'll see if Creighton wants to block, and in fact he does. So
this makes sense.
The Brazen Borrower is going to buy us time.
Yeah,
that's all it's going to do.
All right.
So, and honestly, if we draw some more spells, we're 1 chart of course from being, able to bring back our Arclight Phoenix or whatever. Do we bounce
the Cavalier when Creighton goes to combat here and attacks?
I mean, we have to, right? We're at 8, and it's a 4/5 with lifelink.
Well, but if we untap and draw like a spell, like an opt, it's possible that we could go like bounce, opt, spell, bring back Phoenix.
All of that is really cute, but like our opponent's at 7.
We have a blocker.
I want to play. Our opponent's at 7. We're at 8. I want to play the 3/1 with Flash this turn. That matters quite a bit. We do want to bring back Arclight Phoenix at some point. That is a way we're going to win the game. But a chart of course or an opt has a reasonable chance of doing that regardless, given that we have so much mana. Here's Izzet Charm. That's actually a really good start here for Nick.
That doesn't do it though. We have to. So like that brings it back next turn, and we get to lethal our opponent.
He could get there this turn.
It's possible. It's just a little unlikely.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, again, this makes you wonder about with Nick playing all his lands every turn. You got to play his land drop.
There's the opt. All right. This would be very close to lethal if he got there. Oh yeah, opt into opt. Oh yeah, that's 3. Ding 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 ding.
Ding 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 ding.
That's an Arclight Phoenix, boys. Treasure Cruise? Oh yeah, I couldn't draw it. You saw it. He couldn't draw it fast enough.
Party don't stop.
Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah.
All right.
Now we have lots of outs to actually win the game this turn here.
Well, there's a Brazen Borrower. That's it.
Brazen Borrower is not quite lethal.
No, it is. It picks up his Cavalier.
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
we missed it. Yikes.
All right. Whoops. All right. So
whatever.
It was lethal, but it's fine.
We're still gonna win, right? Like. Yeah, we're still gonna win.
Yeah.
It's fine. Whatever. All right, here's the attack. Brazen Borrower, return that to your hand. Let's see if Creighton has any other grand plans here. Grasp of Darkness, your Izzet Phoenix. That doesn't seem like a winner.
Well.
Spawn of Mayhem. That does not cost 3 mana.
It doesn't.
Yeah, that does not have does not have Spectacle. Oh, there's 4 lands
4.
there. Excuse me.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyway, he could. Nick gets to pass.
You're right. You don't even have to cast a card or attack. You can F6 through your turn and win. Love it. But remember, Spawn of Mayhem gets 1 bigger when you do that.
Yep.
All right. Kind of a fiesta at the end of that game there, but that's all right. Let's take a look at the sideboards here from the players. We've got 4 Gifted Aetherborn, 2 Noxious Grasp, a Legion's End, 2 Lost Legacy, 2 Drobit, 2 Cry of the Carnarium, a Pithing Needle, and an Erebos' Intervention. What sounds good here?
All right. Noxious Grasp has green or white permanent, right? Or green or white creature.
Green or white creature or planeswalker.
Okay,
so
cool.
it's dead.
So off that. Cool. So I like these cries. Cries are pretty good against Phoenix.
Certainly.
I can see the Drobits, possibly.
Yeah, the discard. The additional discard spells are pretty reasonable. Okay.
Is audio back?
Hopefully audio is back.
All right, sweet. Audio is back.
Man, the slight technical difficulties here, but
we're getting through it.
Yeah, we're fine.
So if you missed that, Cry the Carnarium.
Seems good.
Possibly Drobit.
Yeah, I could be sold on Erebos.
Maybe we want a Legion's End. Like maybe we like that for Thing in the Ices. And,
Young Pyromancer as well. That could be reasonable. Let's take a look at Nick's sideboard here with his blue-red Phoenix deck. We've got 2 Anger of the Gods, 2 Mystical Dispute, 2 Essence Capture, 2 Sorcerer's Spyglass, a Thassa's Intervention, 2 Damping Sphere, 2 Tormod's Crypt, and 2 Fries. What sounds good here?
Angers are unreasonably good against Creighton. All those things.
Oh, yeah, just kill them all. Yeah,
every single one. They're like, there's a 4/4 flyer in there somewhere that'll live, but whatever.
It's a little awkward that we're talking about, Creighton should bring in his Cry of the Carnariums, and Nick should bring in his Anger of the Gods. It's like, well, wait a second here. Like, if we're both trying to put this many creatures in play, like, is this really both of our plans?
Yes.
And the answer is probably still yes, because when you have it.
Yeah,
like so you can play around
your spell.
Yeah, it's really easy to play around the board wipe you have.
I also really like Essence Capture.
Yeah, it looks really good. There's a lot of creatures in Creighton's deck, obviously, and we even saw a lot of the bigger creatures that some of the mono black aggro decks don't have, like Cavalier of Night, like Spawn of Mayhem. So it's definitely a little bit bigger build of mono black, which means that the counter spells are going to be a little bit better as opposed to the 12 1-drop Dread Wanderer, pile type decks that
exactly
that are a little bit more popular.
So we've got Creighton on the play. Nick sees his 7. It's
pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Lands. I think I'd send that one back if I were Nick. It's a shock and a Brazen Borrower and 5 lands. That's a lot of work for 1 Brazen Borrower and 1 shock to be doing, but looks like he kept it. He's faithful. He's going to get there. He's just going to play the
Drew an Opt, tapped his...
Okay. Yeah, into it. When you're playing Phoenix, you have a serious value on...
Creighton brought in his Gifted Aetherborns.
Yeah, I don't hate this sideboard card. As a matter of fact, I think it's pretty good in the matchup. I think it's very likely to do good things. So,
okay.
All right, a little bit of a disconnect here for me.
Yeah,
I'm all about not opting on turn 1. With the deck, you have turns where you opt is like one of the most powerful things in your deck because it's so good at bringing back Arclight Phoenix.
Yeah.
I'm really off opting then on turn 2 instead of like casting your like Brazen Borrower or something else.
Yeah, because like right here we could have time locked our opponent with his Mayhem, Spawn of Mayhem.
Yeah, with the Gifted, or just return the Gifted Aetherborn or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think that I either want to see opt on turn 1 or hold the opt here, but I'm pretty lost as to opt on turn 2. That being said, we've got the game developing pretty reasonably here as Creighton has 2 creatures in play to Nick's none. Nick's hand turning out not super great here. He's probably going to have to Brazen Borrower or Petty Theft, excuse me, either the Spawn of Mayhem or the Gifted Aetherborn. We will be Petty Theft on the Spawn. So he'll take 2 points.
Going to 16. Creighton's up to 23.
He should be going to 15 from the Spawn of Mayhem trigger. If I remember correctly.
Yeah. So what does Nick need? Like, Nick wants to see, Izzet Charm.
Yeah, we're really looking for Chartercourse. I think Chartercourse is probably the best card here.
Is there a Phoenix in our hand?
There is,
okay,
yes.
Okay.
So Chartercourse seems really good. Other than that, I want to see some, big Haymaker cards. I mean, I use Big Haymaker lightly, but, I want to see some creatures. I would love to draw a Young Pyromancer.
Is that a Fiend of Despair?
I think that's Desecration Demon.
Desecration Demon?
Oh my god! I did not realize quite how chonky this mono black deck was, but my lord, that's chonky.
Yeah, that's
holy crap.
Nothing in Creighton's.
That's the size. That thing's the size of a hippo. It's huge.
Creighton calls it budget Kalidas.
Okay, here's opt into Chartercourse, so we're doing the thing now.
Gonna put a Phoenix in the graveyard.
We have a shock here, so we're gonna be able to bring back our Phoenix, but
at what cost?
It's not even good. Yeah, he doesn't even do it. Yeah, he could have brought back the Phoenix and just doesn't. It's so nothing.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think we're dead.
Yeah.
I think we're so dead. Actually,
this
is a seed.
To shock, bring back the Phoenix just so we can sack it, so we don't die to the Desecration Demon. Is this silly?
That's absolute nonsense. You could at least block, and then he doesn't get a counter. Yeah. But that is absolute nonsense for sure. There's more stuff? We can't beat this stuff.
Oh
my lord.
Yeah, it's back.
Yeah, I think Nick's getting his cards into scooping position. That might have been the only card in his deck that wasn't going to cause him to pick up all of his cards here. Yeah. So I think this might be a bait.
The shock is free. You just shock this spawn of this Desecration Demon.
Yeah.
And then
never heard of Chonky as a description? Clearly they weren't around with Chonky. Clearly you weren't paying attention to the Chonky red decks that were floating around. Chonky's a lovely description. I'm a big fan of Chonky.
Yeah, Chonky Red was a good deck in this format for a week and a half.
Yeah, just
along
like every other deck.
pile,
yeah, just like every other deck. Inverters lasted the longest. It's been a month.
That's insane.
It's very, very long lifespan. All right.
So we got a Brazen Borrower. Petty Thefting the 6/6.
Yeah, this tracks. Yeah, I would prefer not to die as opposed to die. Oh, wait, no, we had to cast it and then sack it? Okay, yeah, I guess. So this is an attack for 6, which is then going to leave you dead on upkeep. And
he picks it up anyway.
Yeah, we're done here.
All right.
Yeah. Yep. Nothing doing. Moving on, game number 3 here. And that was a heater.
Yeah.
There's
nothing more for Nick to bring in. Even after seeing things that chunky, Sideboard just can't deal with it.
Yeah, maybe off these Anger the Gods. After seeing that
That's
game.
reasonable. Yeah. At 4 toughness.
Yeah. And I guess your opponent brought in Gifted Aetherborn or has Gifted Aetherborn. So maybe we can think a little bit about that. But if our plan is Young Pyromancer go wide,
we did see
and his plan
Scroungers, we saw Knight of the Ebon Legions, we saw Gifted Aetherborn.
I guess Nick hasn't seen Scrap Heap Scrounger or Knight of the Ebon Legion, right?
We saw
he's seen Knight of the Ebon
Legion.
Legion.
Game 1.
All right, I'll take your word for it. Regardless, maybe looking at a slightly different sideboard plan here. We'll see if he wants to change things up. We did see an Essence Capture in his hand at one point, so he did bring that one in, and that one looks quite a bit better after seeing cards
once
cards
you take the Agnes out, then he'll draw the X3s. So,
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can't take him out.
Yeah, okay.
Or does that mean he should take them out because that's when his opponent draws them?
I'd rather my opponent draw those X3s than those Desecration Demons. So that card looks flat unbeatable.
That hand had no lands, but just think, he would go draw, discard Phoenix, discard Phoenix.
I don't want to hear about it. I don't even want to know it.
He's just playing Slow Dredge.
I don't want to hear about it. All right, let's take a look at Creighton's hand. Looks like he's going to go ahead and keep it. I didn't get a great look at it. I saw a Murderous Rider. That was the only card that stood out to me. So I assume he's got some lands and spells to go along with it. So hopefully, for Nick's sake, no more Desecration Demons.
Yeah.
My lord.
Budget Cletus was broken.
Yeah, so broken. Also, but the other thing is that they do way different jobs. One
just beats.
You do not Budget Cletus and Desecration Demon are. I agree that Desecration Demon's a thick 4-mana card, but they definitely have different jobs.
But either one is unbeatable by Phoenix.
Now that I agree with. It looks like they do roughly similar things in this deck. And, Nick going to 5 here.
It's a little
in this decider. That's pretty rough for him. All right. Yeah, what's the over-under on Nick winning on turn 4 after getting double dressed?
Yeah. I'd say about 100% given the statistics. How could he fail?
Could you imagine if Creighton loses after to basically 2-1 in instant top 8 where your opponent mulligans to 5
and you just haymaker them with,
and you're just all right,
perfect.
Here's this, some thought seizes, cool.
Your hand's literal air.
Yeah. All right.
Creighton's having flashbacks.
This one does not look very good.
But it's not
certainly a keep.
Yeah, we're not going to 4.
But I'm not loving it. So we've got 2 lands, Izzet Charm, and Opt, Anger of the Gods. We're really going to hope that this Anger of the Gods does a lot of work this game. All right, starting things off with the Thoughtseize. So even if this Anger of the Gods would do a lot of the work, I think we're going to see it be leaving play here.
I can't imagine him taking anything else.
That being said, if the Anger of the Gods looks particularly bad against Creighton's hand, you can always just take the Opt or something.
Murderous Riders.
Get it out of here. Gone. No thanks. I'm off it.
Let's see how greedy Creighton gets, though.
Leave your opponent with just nothing.
All right. Looks like he pointed. No.
It's still thinking. It's always worth it to give it some thought. He's going to take the Izzet Charm.
So I would feel pretty good if I was Nick here. I understand that your opponent didn't take the Anger, so you're maybe his hand doesn't lose to it, but it looks like it does.
So Nick can't know that, so he probably feels incredibly demoralized. He feels like he's just going to lose to Desecration Demon on turn 4, probably.
And then Nick just plays Islands, telling his opponent what he drew this turn.
Yeah, I don't love that, that's for sure. He draws a Chart, of course. That's one of the better ones.
Yeah.
I'm looking for some Phoenixes of some kind, some Flappy Blads.
Creighton, Swamp,
just a
2/2. Go.
2/2 Stonecoil Serpent. And the other thing is that you can always,
Oh, there's a second Anger.
Oh, yeah.
Charter Courses.
Well, there's an Arclight Phoenix. Okay. We've got an Izzet Charm in our hand.
Is that what that is?
I believe that is Izzet Charm is correct.
I guess that's probably the only gold border spell in this deck, so.
All right. Here's an attack for 2. Now we'll see how Creighton decides to follow this up. He does have to worry about that Anger of the Gods, so he might just play nothing.
Just play, I'm pretty into... Oh, you played nothing. Okay. I was pretty into play one of your Murderous Riders and just, make your opponent do the thing.
It's not great, I don't think, so it looks like Creighton going to be digging for spells here.
Okay.
Treasure Cruise.
Okay.
Treasure Cruise off the top. There's only 4 in the bin, though. But, I'm happy to discard one of these Anger of the Gods, especially because that means your opponent's usually going to play into it.
Yeah.
When you discard the Anger of the Gods that they knew about, especially because your opponent didn't Thoughtseize it, tells you that their hand is probably not very good, or that their hand probably doesn't care a lot about Anger of the Gods. And sure, we see that Creighton cares a little bit about it, but, it was turn...
7 cards in his graveyard, but, really 6, you're not going to exile this Phoenix.
Yeah, you can just tap 2 mana. For the cruise and leave the Phoenix in the bin, and looks like that is exactly what Nick's going to do here. Turn? I believe so.
Okay.
So he'll draw 3 more cards. Just like that, we're successfully recovering from our mulligan here.
Yeah.
With a Treasure Cruise.
Creighton with 2 Castle Lockblade, and so he's got some late game shenanigans.
Yeah, he's going to be able to play the long game here. He will deploy the Murderous Rider. Of course, Nick does still have that Anger of the Gods in tow.
So here, Nick can play this Anger, which I think he's going to do.
Looks like he will.
Yeah. I'm actually, I was kind of into just, casting the Charter Course and, just, biting another turn and see if we can...
trying to get one more.
Yeah, really bite this Anger out. But,
Ooh, Crackling Drake.
That's nuts.
Okay.
We want to discard this land here?
I would discard this land for sure, yeah.
Okay, Nick decides that same decision. We're left with a pretty gas hand.
Yeah, our hand looks not bad at all. We got
Charter Course. Untap Crackling Drake and the following turn empty our hand and then Lava Axe something. That feels great. And Creighton's best play is a Murderous Rider.
Yeah, Creighton's hand
must be feeling great.
Not shaping up very well here.
Well, this Grasp of Darkness is unreasonably good against Crackling Drake. When you still get 2 for 1s, but that card will 2-for-1 you every time.
So whatever. Yeah.
Oh, and we drew another Arclight.
That's a good one.
Sweet.
That's a real good one. So Crackling Drake's going to hit the bin.
Oh, there's a Brazen Borrower? Sweet.
Nick's hand looks great.
Yeah.
I think he's solidly ahead right now, as a matter of fact.
Creighton's hand is Fatal Push, Grasp of Darkness.
Yeah, Creighton's hand
Stonecoil
sucks.
Serpent.
Oh, no, never mind.
Oh, no.
We can Lightning Axe it. Sick.
Oh, and Nick doesn't bite on the removal spell on the Murderous Rider.
Excellent. I mean, I think that you should wait to cast this Lightning Axe until your turn, because you probably are going to need the spell. But it looks like
He doesn't.
Nick's confident he's going to get there.
Yeah.
So
Reading Lightning Axe. Like, is this really 1 mana deal 5?
I respect the game.
Oh,
looks like he's going to get there.
Yeah.
He's definitely getting there.
All right, casting the Opt first.
Lightning Axe. Ooh, don't love that one.
Yeah, I wasn't about
I guess we do need to kill this Murderous Rider at some point. So, and it is a 3rd spell that we can cast guaranteed this turn. So, I guess I don't hate it. Double land there. I'm happy to just discard one of those and then discard the other one to the Lightning Axe here.
Yep. Exactly that.
And then we're gonna get 2 Phoenixes back.
And
oh.
Okay. Well, he played that.
So I guess we're casting Petty Theft.
I guess. That seems wrong.
Yeah, I really don't want to Petty Theft the Murderous Rider.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem great.
I did enjoy the line of kill it.
Yeah,
Petty Theft.
I'm kind of off playing the 6th land here. I'm certainly not super into it, but I guess that this is the line that Nick decided he wants to take. He's happy to develop his mana some more, and we will get 2 Arclight Phoenixes into play. That's not to be overlooked, right?
Yeah.
Like, the 2 Arclight Phoenixes are coming into play. That's an attack for 6.
Creighton's entire next turn to kill one of these Arclight Phoenixes. I guess he
More
gets to
or
kill both
less.
of them. He gets to Grasp and then Hero's Downfall
And
or
Swift End. Yeah, absolutely. So he is going to Swift End one of them. He'll
goes to
take
12.
2 points from that, putting him to 12. Just kill the other one right now as well.
All right. So Nick needs a pretty good draw. That's
a good start.
I'm pretty into shipping this turn back. Okay, he's going to go for it. I really want to have 2 spells in hand so when we loot. Okay. He's casting it at sorcery speed and passing.
Sure. Why not? Is Nick's hand 3 Fatal Pushes?
Possibly.
Or Creighton's, excuse me.
Oh, he's casting Izzet Charm on the end step?
All right, we drew
Essence
land and
Capture.
Essence Capture. Essence Scatter.
Essence Scatter.
Yeah, so just going to
Alright,
discard.
Doesn't even want to kill the Murderous Rider.
Yeah, leave the Essence Scatter in the hand here. There's a land off the top.
All right, let's hope he doesn't
For
play
Nick.
this.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to play this land. We've got too many cards in our deck that just want to loot away this land.
another Murderous Rider on the
Murderous
top.
Rider's a good one for Creighton here. This is quite the game. I mean, all of a sudden, I feel like Creighton's probably winning.
Yeah. Nick's made a couple of plays that weren't quite as tight as they needed to be. He's needed to play this game pretty correctly.
This was a hard game to win.
Yeah.
It was a really hard game to win. Here's a Swift End. That'll take out the Brazen Borrower, put Creighton down to 9.
Essence Scatter it. It's a creature.
If only. If only. Oh, Young Pyromancer, though. Oh, man.
Oh, good thing there's 3 Fatal Pushes in Creighton's hand.
That's true. He's pretty stocked on those. Yeah, he's got Young Pyromancer rolled up for the rest of the game. At least he's got that going on. And also, if he gets to a point where he just has no plays, he can always start activating his Castle Lock.
Yeah, it sucks that he takes 3 every time because these Fatal Pushes are stuck there.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's...
he can just discard them. He can just target his Murderous Rider twice.
That's true.
Get
Yeah,
it,
you actually are allowed to just cast Fatal Push on a creature that it will not kill. So that is pretty relevant.
2 islands in
Land
hand
for Nick. Game's slipping away from him here. Oh, Knight of the Open Legion.
Ooh,
That's
pretty good.
that's a really good one for sure.
I really wish he would have cast both those Fatal Pushes on him, or maybe even just 1.
You know, I'm pretty happy to take 3 from the first first go.
Castle.
Yeah, first go at Castle, taking 3. I'm pretty happy. I got this 2-power lifelinker.
3rd land from Nick.
Other land, not what he needed. But now we get to see a Castle activation. Oh, no Castle activation? Another Murderous Rider?
That's a lot of lifelink.
This is a nice poker hand Creighton's drawn up. The old triple Fatal Push, quadruple Murderous Rider hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's just gonna
Pump it twice.
double pump for lethal. Is that lethal?
Yeah, that's plus.
That's plus 6.
Plus 6.
Yeah, that looks like lethal to me.
All right.
And there it is. Whew.
That was tight.
That was a sick game 3. I mean, that was quite the back and forth there. I mean, obviously we feel like Creighton's really far ahead when Nick mulls to 5. Nick manages to scrape the game back together with a nice treasure cruise into some powerful turns. Creighton's hand kind of breaks off for a little bit, and then Nick's hand breaks off even harder at the end. And then Creighton manages to crawl his way back into the game with just a Murderous Rider attacking, so...
Lifelink's sweet.
Lifelink was real good this game, so excellent play. That was a really sweet game. So